You need to try and pick off the units as. Look at the shields on the Mars themselves.
Oh my god, the drone is gonna
Welcome back to the IPL Season 2 Losers Round 1. I'm DJ Wheat from OneMoreGame.tv, and we have got Game 2 between Dignitas Merz and Vile State. We've got Vile State spawning as the pink Protoss in the south position on GSL Terminus RE. And over in the west position, we have the blue Terran, Dignitas Merz. Now, quite frankly, in the last game, Merz just kind of got outplayed. He went for a strategy that was going to involve some very heavy Rax pressure onto the Protoss. And what State did is he decided to throw down his Nexus, boost his economy, apply some pressure of his own, and then just massed an enormous gateway army that, frankly, Merz could not deal with. So how is he going to change up his game a little bit? And will we see the same style of play coming out of State here? He's going to throw down the pylon on the low ground, and I wonder if he is going to try to go for another type of fast expansion build. And the same question I would apply to Merz, to be honest with you. You know, well, there we have the racks going down, and since we don't have gas, well, it's 13. I don't think we're gonna have any sort of nope. There we have the gas going down on 13. So it's not likely that we're gonna see that. See what State wants to do, as scouting is going to be very, very crucial in this particular situation. We see Merz heading up to the north portion first, then obviously over to the east, and finally over to the south. We should talk a little bit about the bases of Terminus RE. Of course, here we've got the main. Then you drop down, of course, out of your base, main ramp, over here to the natural. And then you go down another ramp, and there is a third over here with just a single rich Vespine geyser. The only entrance into the base via ground is, of course, this little particular gap right here. So from a Terran point of view, this becomes a very defendable area. If you have these tanks out, it's very difficult to attack into. You would have to have like Colossus tech, and then we are going to have the Gateway Nexus expand. My gosh, it's like I had never said that word before. And he will go for that quick economy game. So good for him. I think it worked out very, very well in the last game. I kind of like this style of Protoss with the crazy, crazy gateway units. Now, the one thing that was a little bit different is he kind of went with a different upgrade path, going with armor, which ultimately made those gateway units last a very, very long time. But, you know, a lot of times we'll see +1 attack come out right away, or we'll just see the double upgrades to get both of them at the same time. But he was focused so much on having that large army as well that didn't want to spread himself out too thin. So you have the Marauder coming out, and do we have Concussive Shell? Yes, we do. Love this opening from the Terran when it is applicable. But he's just going to have the first one out, drops the CC on the low ground. A Marine and a Marauder already on their way out. Now, the reason I really like this is because with Concussive Shell, it can be an incredibly deadly little attack. Now, this could be even more deadly with the idea that the we're not even going to have a first Stalker out. It's just going to be another Zealot, as he apparently wants to save his gas for something here, dropping down 2 more gateways. And I can't believe that I really can't believe that Merz didn't attack. I just want to look at his vision. He saw what was at the front, and maybe he just expected a Stalker to be back here. But to State's sort of, I guess, advantage, there's only 3 Zealots out here. And with that second Marauder, I think he probably could have done some pretty good damage. I don't know that he would have been able to do kill versus all of them. But the bunker's going to go down in the middle while the CC finishes up. We're going to have 2 more racks drop down. With that tech lab hard at work. First it got the concussive shells, the conch shells, or now it's got the stim. I'm all over the place tonight, folks. Man, watch out. Don't cast StarCraft on very little sleep. could do crazy things to you, like say godding, a word that's not even in the English language. This is a crazy pylon placement coming out here for State. He's gonna cancel, actually. He saw everything that was going on there, and he does not want to attack White yet. His warp gate is finished up, and he will be opening these gateways. And he could have had the opportunity to do it. That would have been a great little place for a pylon. Even right back here would be good. Just protect it, just in case he does, Merz does move forward. And let's take a look inside his bases. He's got his engineering bay down, getting +1. Second gas being picked up by Merz. Second bunker going down as well. And just more gateway units coming out. There is the Twilight Council. Of course, inside hidden. So most of the tech, most of the buildings out here at the Natural. Doing a little dance. I like this little gateway placement right here. Protecting the main line. We will see the scan that should reveal that Twilight Council. We click over here and look at the vision. Yes, he will see it during that scan. The forge will go down so he can start his upgrades. And State is doing exactly the same build that he did last time. He went with the early expand. He got the Twilight Council very quickly. Decided to get charged first. Getting the forge right after the Twilight Council finishes. So he's going to try to go with the exact same build. And Merz drops a Rax, throws down the factory, probably going to get a reactor on this one, and go for that medevac approach as well. But we'll see as we see a move out now, taking out that Stalker to regain vision in the middle. Not going to attack, but a few Stalkers over here just in case. It would be the timing of a potential medevac coming out. There's the reactor going down just a tad bit late there on the factory, but it'll get the job done. Checking out the army, see what he's got. Doesn't see these four, now sees the 4 Stalkers coming into play. And the third CC going down for Merz right now. Haven't seen a Nexus over here for State quite yet. But he was able to do quite a bit. Oh, looks like I spoke too soon. Quite a bit off of his 2 bases, and it's when he got that third base. Both Blink and Charge were done, and he really, really went in for it. So we see State getting +1 armor. Let's watch and find out if he gets +2 right away, and if he, trying to go for that strategy of making your gateway units last a little bit longer. He is going to have a nice little mass just like he did before. Charge is already finished. Blink's going to be on the way. Now you see combat shields going down as 2 more racks are going to be added here. And now we got the first medevacs coming out. Now in the last game, medevac drops were attempted by Merz, but were definitely not successful. Uh-oh, he knows that he's moving out, and he's re-putting his bunkers up here, and he's going to just turn around. So he forces him to rebuild the bunkers at the front. He probably saw him retreat, so I think he's going to go ahead and just leave that there. Meanwhile, the exact same build. No, I take it back. We see the Temple Archives go down, but the robotics facility is coming much, much quicker. We don't see quite as many gateways as we saw in the last game. In fact, he's only on 5 gate right now. And I believe in the last game he's probably at like 8 or so. So here comes that drop. And it is not going to do a whole lot of damage with all these Stalkers in here, but he didn't catch it. And so this army might be able to do some serious damage to the main. More units being warped in. And a wise decision, the medevac, it falls. And a whole medevac full of units does go down. That it will be very unfortunate for Merz, but he's put State in this mindset of, oh, okay, now I could get dropped. I need to leave these Stalkers back here. He really needs to pick his battles quite nicely because that Protoss army is not very mobile. We see the first High Templar coming out. More and more Protoss, of course, getting those much earlier because we no longer have the Kaldarian Amulet. So since that upgrade is absent, he's going to warp those in. Shame on you for taking away the Kaldarian Amulet. But I guess that was a balance that was needed. Protoss still managing to win some games, I hear. More HTs coming in. Observer is out, and that's the reason why he got that robotics facility a little bit earlier. Didn't want to be completely blind. And I think, once again, we are seeing a composition here from State that absolutely can do a lot of damage here to Merz. You know, the storms are going to be the big key. Now, having that +2 armor, there it is going down right now. Let's find out. Did he get +1 attack? Yes, he did. So he switched up his upgrade tech, his upgrade path just a little bit. Observer's going to see this bio army going back into the main. He's going to go ahead and take it over. Wow, I don't think he wanted his army to be shown, but unfortunately, it was definitely shown, guys. That Marine saw everything. So he's going to load up another medevac, take it over to the main. There's no units inside the main right now. They will probably get one free pylon. He's going to have to bring these stalkers over. High Templar being warped in does get taken out. Could have cast feedback on that medevac, potentially taking it out. Now the Terran army moving forward. This is going to be a big, big key difference here in this battle. Merz did not get very many EMPs. Right now we do see the High Templar and all of the sentries just bunched together in a fashion that could definitely hit some solid EMPs. So Merz going to move around as we do have a 4th base going down for State. Interesting. 2 more observers over here on the side to watch for that. And I imagine he's going to want to have an engagement here before the ghost count gets too high. However, with every minute that goes by, of course, his High Templar are going to be gaining a little bit more energy. Be able to throw multiple storms. Haven't seen any more drop play come out of the Terran quite yet. And he's just very content with the army that he's building. +2 weapons on the way. A lot of racks here. Going to have 2 more tech labs going down. And a total of 9 racks. And we could have a little engagement here. Was that all the ghosts? I don't think I see any EMP damage at all. The engagement was not big. It was just a few units. Oh, no! The ghosts left at the tower and will be rendered completely useless. There's 2 more ghosts in play. A huge EMP does go down, but more importantly, there are storms still left over. The Colossus are out. He could drop some storms here. There the storms come out after the initial damage was already being done. And State is looking to be in a miraculous position right here. More units coming in. Is the ground army big enough? We have another EMP coming out, and maybe the ground army wasn't big enough. I mean, almost every unit from State lost, but it looks like it's going to be a straight-up trade. Here comes some more Zealots and another Colossus, and this will be able to clean this up, but a big army coming in. Ooh, kind of overcommitted to that one. Could possibly lose a Colossus, but he'd have to stim a second time in order to get to that. Not sure if he's willing to give that up, considering that he only has 3 medevacs. But there we have another warp in, and we're going to have the Benny Hill theme music play. As these 2 armies go back and forth. Merz losing his entire army, having only a few Marauders left over. The key, though, this 4th base right here. It is up. You know, State doesn't even have that much probe coverage over here at the 3rd. Wow, he's going to put up a 5th as well, and he's going to go in for yet another engagement here. He really needs those storms to move forward, but there were no EMPs dropped down. There's the scan to find out what sort of army he's dealing with. The 4 Colossus are bad enough, but we don't have... There we go. 4 Vikings on the way. Do we have any more already out on the field? Does not look like it. We have 6 ghosts. 6 ghosts coming out, and a huge drop being loaded up here by Merz, going directly into the main, and he will spot it with his observers. And there we see the feedbacks going down, but it's not enough to take out the medevacs. In come a lot of units being warped in, and the Colossus, there is no Viking support though, and so the Colossus will be able to move in and out, and I don't know. This is not looking good here for Merz. He does manage to escape, at least with a few units left over. The double Robos getting Colossus now. I mean, starting with that huge Gateway army and moving into huge Colossus numbers. 6 ghosts or not, I just don't know what Merz is going to be able to do. We do have a lot of Vikings out. Now, the Stalker count, not that great here. So these Colossus will go down. It's all going to be about the engagement. And wow, Merz going in. Takes a lot of unnecessary damage. So many units dying left and right. We will see all the Zealots losing their armor. But this could be the final push coming out here by State. Zealots doing a ton of damage. Another EMP going down. It does take out all the energy of just about everything that has energy. And wow, you know what? I take back my words. Because as there is no ground units to take out these Vikings, the Colossus are pretty much rendered worthless, as these Colossus will almost be one hit here. And if he kites them, Merz could take several out. He is going to kill a few more Marauders before these two finally die. And there we see the Vikings finally fall. The push forward from State. I do think that he is going to be able to do this. And right now, Merz's tournament for the IPL Season 2 is on the line. He cannot compete with the 5-base Protoss, who could just continuously reproduce. A few more gateways being thrown down. A lot of probes transferring over to the bases that do not have as many probes. Got several there. Several there. Doesn't have gas yet there. Starting to really mass up there. And he might be able to just go in and win. There are a few ghosts left. But he's not going to really have to worry about that too much. There's only a couple sentries. If he can pop the Guardian Shield, it's really all that he needs. We've got a ton. Wow, a ton of Zealots being warped in. That orbital trying to get out to make a 4th base will be very unsuccessful. He might have to fly over to here, which is completely open to anything like DT harass. It could come later on. And now that we have 3-2, we're going to see a shield upgrade come out from State. So he's just getting a little bit of everything. Again, wants these units to last. These little meat shield Zealots here. Will this be the final battle? State is a little hesitant to go ahead and move in. But while the Viking count is really low and the Colossus count is looking pretty good, I think it seems like the right time to bring him in. He's not going to have any High Templar, but he will have the Archons coming out. Scan going down to see exactly what he's dealing with. And I could tell Merz is getting uncomfortable. I'm getting uncomfortable seeing Merz in this situation. Contained by a Protoss. Is this going to be it? I have a feeling that we will see State win a 2-0 game. He's going to take his Stalkers to the back. There's the Guardian Shield get popped. The Zealots will take the initial damage. The Storms go down. And how else does this end with another Colossus coming in other than complete annihilation? We have not seen EMPs go down quite yet, as 2 ghosts are dead. And it is coming any moment. It has to, because State has played an absolutely great game with the early heavy gateway focus. Then, of course, transitioning over to the Colossus. And there's GG. And we will see Merz go down. He is out of the tournament. Vile State advances forward to the losers round 2. A great, great Protoss game. And State is definitely a player that I will be watching out for in the remainder of the competition. I'm DJ Wheat from OneMoreGame.tv. You've been tuned in to the IPL Season 2 here on IGN. Make sure to check out the website for more player interviews, great matches, additional content, IPL TV. That all happens over on IGN.com/IPL. I'm out.